touchy subject in this video, guys. So I've done a video on this in the past on this channel a long time ago, but this is a video request and a subscriber wanted me to speak on this topic in general, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. And I even have a better and brighter understanding of this topic right now more than I did even back then, so it is not a bad time to do this video. So stay tuned, guys, because I'm going to explain this to the best of my ability. Now, when I label this video and title this video Dangers of Porn and Semen Retention, I don't mean semen retention is a danger, I just mean the dangers of porn, and I'm going to talk about semen retention on top of that. So let's talk about this first. What do you guys think about porn and the porn industry? Because a lot of young lads and a lot of people around the world watch it, and you know what they do. And I think it's no good for anybody. I think it's useless. I think it slows human beings down. I believe it keeps people from being with who they should be with. I believe it keeps a lot of guys from the girls that they could have. It makes them weaker. It makes men weaker. It makes females more toxic, in my opinion. It's a dark thing. Porn is a dark industry. And it's junk. It's no good. Why do you need that? Why don't you have your significant other? And if you don't, why are you watching porn? Those are the two questions that are just thrown out. If you have your significant other, why are you watching porn? And if you're watching porn, you wonder why you don't have your significant other. Something's going on here. You're never going to attract your significant other if you are watching porn all the time. And I mean, it's not impossible. It definitely lowers your chances. And just because you don't have a significant other right now does not mean you watch porn. And just because you don't have your significant other right now does not mean that you are not on your grind and you're not doing all the right things and you're even doing semen retention. Not only are you not watching porn, you're not even beating your meat. You're doing all the right things. And the longer the wait and the longer you do all the right things, the bigger the blessing. The better you're going to get. The better options you're going to get, because you're going to meet your second half. You're going to be in the right place at the right time, because you're always being at the right place at the right time. And if you're always in alignment with the best version of yourself, you're going to attract somebody else that is also in direct alignment with who they should be, and they're being the best version of themselves. There's so many things that people do on a day-to-day basis that keeps them from being the best version of themselves. And it's the same people that's like, oh, you gotta live a little, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. And they're the same damn people that's complaining because they don't have this and they don't have that. So it's like, are you gonna put in the work? Do you think Kobe Bryant was as good as basketball as he was in high school because of the work that he didn't put in? No, it's because of the work that he put in. It's the sacrifices, it's the grind. It's doing the right things. Why are you not doing everything in your power to get the things that you really want deep down inside in your heart? You think about the things you want on a day-to-day basis in your mind. Why on earth are you not doing the things and everything in your power to get yourself those things that you really want? And nothing good is ever going to come easy. It never does. It's going to take time. You're going to have to put up a fight. You're going to have to do the right things. You might have to suffer a little bit. You know? The more you suffer, the greater the rewards. And if you're just living on a so-called cloud nine every day, enjoying yourself to the max, do you think you're going to get anything good? No, because you're already having good things happening every day, so you're not going to get the really good things. If that makes sense. You're going to be so far away from those things because you're putting in energy on a day-to-day basis to have fun every day. You're so far away from your goals that it's not even funny. Because to be closer to your goals takes real work. You're not going to get there by having fun and enjoying yourself. Just to say. Now, let's talk about semen retention. Since we just discussed porn and why it's bad. Because it is terrible, in my opinion. And life is not the same whenever you're doing that dumb shit. I stopped watching porn in 2019, like completely, and I wasn't even doing it a lot ever in my life, and I was never addicted to it. I never had a problem with porn. The same way, I never had a problem with drinking alcohol in my life. Right now, I might have a drink 1 to 3 times a year. It's more so once or twice a year. For the last like 5 years. And it's nothing serious. No hard liquor, no beer. It might be a little bit of red wine or something like that. And I'm good the next day. I might take a shot like once or twice a year. So, I stopped watching porn in 2019 in October. Completely. And like I said, I wasn't even addicted to it before that. I didn't even do it a lot. I just didn't know much about life and how things really were. I didn't even look at it back then as if it was that big of a deal. But to learn about it more and to be aware of it and then to go and try to watch it again after you learn about it, it's like, wow, this stuff actually, it's legit. It actually does make you feel not as good because you have to pay attention all the time to how you feel. Try and watch porn and get off and pay attention to how bad you feel afterwards. You don't feel good. You don't feel good the next day. It's not good energy. It's bad energy. It's like drinking alcohol. It's going to feel good at the moment, obviously. When you're getting off in that moment, oh yeah, it's going to feel good. It's going to feel good when you take that drink of alcohol. But you're not going to feel good afterwards. And you take just one little drink of alcohol, or you go off just one time watching porn, it's going to wear off very quick. Just like that one drink of alcohol. If you drink a whole bunch of alcohol, it might not wear off so quick. You might have a good night for some hours. You just take one drink though, it's gonna hit you a little bit. Not too hard, just a little bit. And that's going to wear off fast and you're going to feel like shit instantly. That's why people keep drinking throughout the night, because they don't want to feel like shit. They want to keep drinking to try to feel good. And then the next day, you're screwed. It messes up your energy. It messes up your mental state. It messes up everything. It messes up the place you could have been that day that you didn't go to, that you could have met your significant other. There you go, guys. There you go. But anyways, let's get past that and let's talk about semen retention and what I believe in this. So, and this is something I thought of. This is not something I learned. This is something I honestly thought of. And I did not hear this anywheres. So, do you think dogs or other animals get themselves off and beat their meat? No. No, they do not. They are incapable of doing it. They need something They need something to do that with. But human beings, we can do that if we want to. And it's not natural. We should have, just like an animal, a mate. You do it yourself all the time. You're keeping yourself from your mate because you're doing it yourself. It doesn't mean you can still never stick it in your mate or something like that. You still could. It's not going to be nearly as good though, because you're not holding your seed and you're not giving your seed to your mate. And you're wasting your seed. It's not going to be nearly as good for you or them. And there's going to be a loss of attraction there. For the both of you. Not just for her, but for you too. You're not going to enjoy it as much. It's just not going to be the same. And when you think of like, and if you hold your seed too, it makes you stronger as a man. Believe it or not, whenever you're busting your nuts all the time, it makes you weaker. Not just physically, but mentally. I believe it makes you even more mentally weaker than physically, and I believe it does affect you physically at least a little bit. Maybe not a whole lot, but it does a little bit. It does. And sometimes more than you think. It just depends. But you hold your seed, you have more of that animalistic being in you. You have that higher sex drive. Women can literally smell that a mile away from you when you were like that. My aura is crazy in person. It's almost like too much for a lot of these females. It's almost too much. Some of them love that. Some of them, they're coming up to me. And some of them it's like, whoa. But they damn well know. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like, look how animalistic animals are. Obviously, they're an animal. They're very animalistic. They're very powerful in their frame, free. They're animals. We should be the exact same way. We shouldn't be doing all these things that are making us weaker as human beings. Both guys and girls. We should be at our physical best. We should be operating that way. And with semen retention, it's going to boost your shit so much more that it's crazy. You have a lot more of you know what. Your sex drive is a lot higher. You keep busting all the time. You have a lower sex drive. You're weaker. You're not in your masculine frame. And I made a lot of solid points in this video, and I just want to give you guys the final touches on this, and I'm going to let you guys know what I do, because you guys are probably wondering, like, what do I do? What's my secrets and all this stuff? I don't like hold it 24/7 all the time, but I have a limit, and I'll not go over the limit. I don't see nothing wrong with popping one every, a couple times a month. No more than that though. No more than that. You can't make this an addiction. You can't be doing it every night. You can't be doing it a couple times a day. Are you kidding me? The hell are you gonna do if you're doing that dumb shit? You shouldn't even have the time in your hands to be doing something like that. But I think doing it a couple times a month, I don't see anything too wrong with that. And I don't think it slows you down too damn much. And it actually can be beneficial to release here and there. That's what I think. And because if you don't, you will have a wet dream. And I know this from experience. That's why I'll release my seed a couple times a month. But you don't need to do it all the time. You don't need to do it even once a week. Go at least a couple weeks. At least. At least a couple weeks. Go every like 15 days or something like that. That's twice a month. And you'll be perfectly fine. You'll be firing on all cylinders. And you'll hold so much to the point where you can release your seed on a given night, and then you still have a lot more in the tank because you continue to hold it and you release some of it. You can pretty much go again right after you blow because you have a lot. And best believe, when you blow that load, you finna bust, bro. It's gonna be a lot. It always is. That's because you're not doing it all the time. That's because you have a lot. Your balls ain't shrinking down to two, little things. You got some steam down there, bro. Real talk. But anyways, guys, I ain't gonna go any further with this video. I said everything I needed to say. You guys said my word on this video. And if you do have a mate, go balls to the walls. Go as much as you want. Every day, every night, whatever you think, whatever you guys want. I just don't believe in getting yourself off every single day, because you're going to keep yourself away from that person. And you're going to have lower energy levels by doing that on your own. So, but anyways, guys, cutting this video off. Let's hear it in the comment section. I'll be back with some more videos tomorrow. Not a doubt about it. Until next time. Peace out.